welcome to a very special episode of Antweight Anarchy for RoboNerd 2020. Yes, that's right, the lockdown may have stopped us from hanging out in Wolverhampton for a weekend, but it's not going to stop us from having some fun with fighty robots regardless. For those of you who don't know, Antweight Anarchy is a series created by Anthony Murney and myself for Anthony's channel, twopennymilk 8908, in which his legion of self-constructed Antweight machines go to war against each other. And of course, we've had some help from other channels and other people from over the years, but it's mainly Anthony and his absolute army of Antweights that he's put together. Combine that with my awesome commentary and editing skills, and you've got yourself a show. While nothing may be able to touch the absolute amazing show that was Robot Wars, Anthony and me hope to just recapture a little bit of that magic in a miniature scale for everyone out there. Just a bit of fun at the end of the day. So with that said, how about we show you some of our favourite fights from Antweight Anarchy so far? That's right folks, it's a big old-fashioned top 10 list, and we're going to start where these things usually begin, at number 7. No, I'm just kidding, could you imagine? It's number 10. Taking the 10th spot is a truly frenetic battle between Sting and Minotaur. Sting weren't too long in disrobing the little Minotaur. Off came the side panels, the top wobbled and then finally fell, and then came a very impressive attack as Sting unleashed the pit, and look out for this. Like a hook in the mouth of a fish, they managed to deflect Minotaur's oncoming attack away, changing the trajectory of the oncoming onslaught, and down into the pit fell Minotaur. At 9, it's our tribute battle to the late great Rex Garrett, Triggered versus Remembering Rex, Panic Attack versus Cassius. While not a particularly stunning fight, it's here purely for the novelty of seeing these two legends duke it out in the modern era reboot Robot Wars arena, and of course, it ended the same way, with Cassius in the pit and Panic Attack the ultimate victor. But of course, not to outshadow Rex Garrett, Triggered, rightly so, drove itself into the pit straight after. For 8th place, we chose the grand final of Series 1, Smidsy versus Hit. They had met before, but Smidsy coming out on top. So Hit knew they had to work ever so hard to try and defeat Smidsy. They wanted the title, they wanted that number 1 seeding, and the entire battle proved that. Hit were on top. They were relentless in pursuing Smidsy and trying to flip them up over and out of the arena, but it wasn't good enough, and the fight took a nasty turn right about here. Smidsy goes for the pit release tower, brings Hit toward the end of the arena, and sure enough found their opening, and into the pit went Hit. What an absolute thrill ride of a fight this was. Smidsy held their trophy high, leaving Hit in the pit. At 7, you may have heard the old saying, a cat and mouse game, but it was a fox and mongoose game here in our Battle of the YouTubers special. Rusty representing twopennymilk, Mongoose representing Goodrow Bottle. Mongoose were absolutely determined to take out the little foxy boy in what can only be described as an absolute flipping frenzy of a fight. Mongoose were tenacious. Rusty were tossed all over the arena, not just by Mongoose's flipper, but by the floor flipper as well. It was looking good until this moment, whenever a poor bit of driving saw Mongoose beached on the edge of the pit, and all Rusty had to do with one sneaky little attack was nudge them down and into the pit. Rusty choosing its moment carefully, and down fell Mongoose. And taking the 6th spot, it's our All-Star Rumble from our International Inferno 2 side event. These machines claimed to be the best of the best, but it didn't look likely. Jester got sick of the fight early on and decided to dump themselves down the pit, and that's exactly what our number 1 seed then did to Foxfire. But Nexus, performing its favourite party trick, out went the number 1 seed in an absolutely shocking moment, leaving just Rusty to go, and while they did put up their best, ramming Nexus into the walls, it wasn't enough as Nexus caught them out in the end, flipping Rusty directly on a collision course with the pit itself, and down fell the fox back into its little foxhole. Nexus, an absolutely brutal machine in an absolutely brutal fight. All absolutely amazeballs fights so far, I think you'd agree. But as for the next 5, the top 5, we're going to have to go one step further. Oh yeah, that's right. No little quick cuts and rundowns here. These 5 biggest fights of Antweight Anarchy so far are going to be presented to you in full. So with that, Let's take a look at number 5. Kicking things off at number 5, Anthony's Nuts takes a severe battering from Orange Dose Overjuice's Concussion in a rather average battle with a very shocking ending.
Activate.
So in comes Concussion for the attack as Nuts gets up to speed using those flails to keep Concussion at a safe distance. It's working at the moment and Concussion needs to get that drum spinner in and tear up that frame of Nuts, take away some of the flails. Nuts put off balance there by our arena trap and almost hit by the floor flipper there. They were in trouble with Matilda a few seconds ago before, and Concussion's real job now is to keep up with Nuts because we know Nuts is fast, it's nippy, it can speed all around the arena. It has a lack of control though, and Concussion can use that to its advantage. And speaking of which, I think Concussion here is suffering from its own control problems there. You saw it spinning around madly in the arena. Concussion there. Now they're coming in for an attack. They've got Nuts boxed into the corner only momentarily. It's hard to keep up with Nuts, isn't it? Concussion, finally another slam, and one more, but I think that was Nuts making contact with Concussion. We'll have to see if Concussion comes in for another attack. Down comes the drop zone, and did that blade of Concussion make contact? No, there you saw that framework around Nuts actually negated Concussion from getting that spinning drum into contact with the machine. Nuts back up to speed once more, sent crashing into Matilda. Matilda backing away, and wisely so, and now Concussion on the back foot. They're stuck on the arena trap. Can they get away from there? Meanwhile, Nuts... Oh! Well, I've seen it all now. Nuts going over the floor flipper, a 1 in a million chance. The angle was just perfect to flip Nuts up into the air and send it tumbling over the arena sidewall and out.
That was beautiful.
They can't believe it, neither can I. There lies a sad-looking Nuts outside the arena walls as Concussion wins this fight.
Cease.
In at 4, the carnage gets cranked up a gear curve. Topbot in an international battle for world domination.
2, 1. Activate.
And here we go. Keep an eye out for those menacing saw blade wheels of Hit and Run, who's turned its attention on Mantis representing England. Mantis pushed back into the sidewall and not moving. Topbot coming in for a look. Topbot representing Ireland. And look at that for an attack, smashing up the sides of Mantis now. Oh, the bits and pieces begin to fly across the arena floor. Hit and Run, a sneaky attack, pushing Mantis into that blade of Topbot. And there, the debris was flung across the arena floor. An incredibly powerful spinner there in Topbot. Mantis not moving as Topbot sets its sights on Hit and Run, who are flipped up and over. And oh, look at the damage to the side of Mantis now! Pieces, chunks of armour ripped up and off that machine. Cur of the blade of Topbot. We're seeing the replay, and look at that, the chassis itself warped and crippled by that deadly assault from the Irish machine, who now has only got Hit and Run to go. Hit and Run, beautiful, up and over the top of Topbot. And has that done something to Topbot's drive here? What a shocker that would be. No, Topbot's just away again, and now another big attack on those saw blade wheels of Hit and Run, the American machine. Topbot reversing, coming in for another attack. Hit and Run up and over the top of Topbot once again. The US contestant turning Topbot into roadkill, and I think they may have killed it. Topbot no longer moving. We're seeing the replay here. You saw that big slam of the desk onto the wheels, which withstood the attack there on Hit and Run as it drove over the top of the machine. Those saw blade wheels obviously doing something to the inner workings. A Hit and Run pushing Topbot into the pit. Oh well, it wouldn't be a Hit and Run fight without them ending up in the pit, would it? But that doesn't matter. Hit and Run, the winners. We're seeing them toppling over the top of Topbot. A little bit of a tip-top action there, Hit and Run, as it pushes itself into the pit while dispatching Topbot. But that doesn't matter. America gets the win.
Cease.
At number 3, while it's giving you a hug, your grave's already been dug. The nimble and agile Weldor takes on Smidsy and Mini B in our festive special.
2, 1. Activate.
So here we go, this for a place in our big annihilator battle at the end of the episode. Mini B already has Weldor overturned, and now Smidsy toppled as well. They were stuck in our arena, great, and that's where Mini B's found themselves. But now, a huge slam from Weldor, and now taking Mini B into that sidewall. Smidsy's in on the action too, and Smidsy's been flipped up onto its side, stuck there precariously on the edge of the arena, and Mini B coming in for the flip. Oh, almost had Smidsy up over the sidewall and out. It was just at the wrong angle. Balanced there on the bucket scoop of Mini B and fell backwards into the arena. And it was brown trousers time for that machine, let me tell you. Weldor coming in for a little bit of a nibble on Smidsy, now attacking Mini B, who has them flipped up and over. Smidsy back in with the push, and Weldor almost out of the arena. Care of Mini B itself rights and backs away. There's Mini B stuck in the CP set and has themselves flipped over as Weldor sinks its teeth into Smidsy. Mini B self-righted, but now stuck on our broken floor flipper that activated the pit. Down it goes as they tussle together. Weldor perhaps lining up another attack here on Mini B. Misses its chance. Mini B evades them. In comes Smidsy, flipped once more by the bucket scoop of Mini B, and over now turns the Weldor machine, but it's grabbing on to Mini B for dear life. And look at this for a great ram from Smidsy. Almost had Mini B down the pit, but they're locking horns instead in that corner. CPZ. Smidsy with another fantastic ram onto Mini B. Carried it the full length of the arena, but now Weldor's claws dig in. And look at that for a great ram there onto Smidsy. Mini B now under fire as well, and almost had Weldor flipped at the right angle to get out of the arena. Look at that. Over goes Weldor, and what a shock that would have been had it carried itself with the momentum up over that sidewall and out. Smidsy's now in for an attack on Weldor. They've clearly sussed that Weldor is the dark horse in this fight and could go all the way. Mini B trying to carry them up over the sidewall and out, but Weldor even on its back. Look at that for a great ram onto Mini B, pushing it into that corner once more. Mini B with the flip, Weldor with the grab and the grapple, and now Smidsy with another fantastic ram. Weldor righted, and now a fantastic ram onto Mini B as Smidsy comes in for yet another attack. Mini B with the flip. Weldor now bullying it into yet another corner. They've traversed the four corners of the arena in a matter of seconds. It just goes to show the power and the grace of these three machines, each one of them worthy of a place in our Annihilator final. As now Weldor has got Mini B in its claws, and it's only a matter of time before the bucket scoop machine goes into the pit, and that is Mini B out of the competition. Great control here from Weldor to grapple Mini B, carry it with its powerful drive all the way over to the pit, unhook them, and down sank our bulldozing bad boy here, Mini B, down and out, and it's only these two machines left, and Weldor the same trick once again, and they've both gone down the pit. Oh dear. Weldor once again grappling Smidsy just like it did with Mini B. Didn't slam the brakes on in time, both went down the pit, but I'm pretty confident that Weldor has gotten the win here. What a battle.
Cease.
Taking the runner-up spot, Nexus and Polaris have a flipping good time in the grand final of our first international special.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Oh, what an awesome grand final this is lining up to be. Forward hinge flipper versus rear hinge flipper. Nexus versus Polaris. Scotland versus Northern Ireland. Who will come out on top? Both machines just trying to find a weakness here, trying to find an opening, and Nexus has managed to do it, and they've got them upside down, and Polaris very close to going out of the arena there. No, just about surviving. In came Nexus, trying to get that out of the arena flip. Polaris went the wrong direction, fell back into the arena, but that wasn't going to stop Nexus. Pushed it toward the sidewall, tried to get it out, but look at that, Polaris opening that forward hinge flipper blade just as it was flipped, and that helped it bounce back into the arena. Great tactics on display here, awesome driving skill. Polaris now in underneath Nexus. Nexus free once again. Polaris desperately trying to get that front nose in underneath Nexus, but they've got Polaris trapped at the sidewall and free once more, and Nexus, oh, what a beast of a machine, flipping Polaris into the pit release tire. We're seeing it again here, and of all the ways to trigger our pit of oblivion, what a stylish and fantastic way to do it. Polaris now look a little bit stunned here. They're upside down, taken out by the floor flipper and up on their back perch there and desperately trying to use that flipper to get back down. And Nexus almost with another out of the arena attack. They were on the edge there, weren't they? Polaris flipped up onto its back, couldn't really self-right. Nexus took advantage and Polaris almost up, over and out. Look how close to oblivion they came. And we're seeing it again from a different angle. The nose almost up, over and out, but balancing on the arena sidewall and crashing back into play. And Polaris has some work to do now, let me tell you that. Nexus definitely the more impressive to get here with their fights. Polaris a little more steady, a little more controlled, and perhaps that's what it's doing. It's waiting for its moment. When is Nexus going to mess up? And it's certainly not going to be now. Several aggressive attacks there in that sidewall, and now again Polaris stuck up on its back, and Nexus desperately trying to get them toward those lower side gates on the arena sidewalls to throw Polaris out like that. Oh no, just crashing back down into the arena once again. It's such an awkward machine to try and flip. All of the weight on Polaris is at the back. Nexus has to attack it at the right angle, and maybe now going for the pit, and Polaris so close to the edge and backing away again. This is not helping my heart condition. Both machines sticking their noses across that open pit. Nexus again, one more flip on Polaris. Polaris steadily self-righting again, and now in on the back for a rear attack on Nexus. But I don't think Polaris has the power in that front flipper to flip Nexus over as we just saw there. Nexus meanwhile trying to get in for a side attack on Polaris and flip it upside down as it's doing again. Polaris definitely struggling to self-righten once again. Nexus has them upside down, almost had a chance there for another out of the arena attack. Missed its opportunity. Polaris desperately ducking and dipping and diving here and trying to get away from that front blade of Nexus. Both machines crashed together again. Polaris flipped a full 360 in the air and crashing back down on its wheels once again. They're back up at that top corner of the arena again. Polaris just about missing another flip from Nexus there. Nexus desperately going for perhaps a flip to land. Polaris down into the pit and out of the arena here. No! Polaris, how on earth did they survive that? Now desperately trying to self-right once again and now free from that side gate. But look at this attack. Polaris flipped. The nose again goes out of the arena. Nexus desperately coming in to flip the rest of it out, but Polaris once more opening that front flipper blade to save it from going out of the arena. And Polaris, very close to driving down the pit again. Nexus tries another ram and a flip, and it's out of the arena. Oh, what a beautiful end to such a spectacular fight. Polaris reversing up the back of Nexus's flipper blade. That's exactly where they wanted them to be. All the weight of Polaris is at the back of that machine, and Nexus with the flip used the momentum to carry Polaris up over the side gate and out of the arena. And it's a well-earned victory for Nexus and Northern Ireland.
Cease.
So folks, here it is, the ultimate Antweight Anarchy battle. A beefed up Topbot goes to war against the almighty Aftershock in Battle of the Builders 3.
1. Activate.
And so it comes down to this, vertical versus horizontal. Little love tap there between the two. Aftershock trying to come in for an attack, misses, something came off the side there. As Aftershock tries to go in for another attack against Topbot, they meet blade to blade! Anthony Murray very happy about that attack. Couple of love taps here at the start of the battle. That was where the first real damage was caused, and that was just a taster of things to come as Topbot tore away one of the little plastic side panels there on Aftershock. You can see it crashing down to the arena floor. But then came this attack. They met blade to blade, vertical against horizontal, and Aftershock was the loser of that particular contest. You can see bits and pieces flying across the arena floor. We're seeing it from a different angle. Topbot took a little bit of a gyro there, but Aftershock thrown upside down and into that top corner. CPZ allowing the Red Baron to come in and attack it. It's back on its wheels once again, but to me, it does not look as stable as it once did before. The Red Baron almost pushing it into the center of the arena to say, get back into the attack, and look at that for a hit! Topbot, now, upside down. They're in trouble. Took a hit there. You could see it deflected from the side of Aftershock's scoop. Aftershock thrown back into the waiting arms of the Red Baron. Meanwhile, Topbot skittering away and landing upside down on its disc and the inertia was enough to carry it up onto that disc and cause it to spin around. A little bit of breakdancing here in the arena as Aftershock comes in for an attack with its mighty vertical blade. Topbot now toppled the right way up again, but it's beats there at the side of the arena. You can see that the wheels are spinning. Meanwhile, the Red Baron coming in for an attack on Aftershock, and ironically, freeing Topbot once again. Aftershock, a little bit of a nip there onto the Red Baron, but it's caused some serious damage to that weapon.
The axle's gone out.
That Aftershock blade now completely useless as Topbot continues its assault on this clearly damaged and broken, shredded machine. Look at the damage to the side, and there goes the weapon! Flopped over to the side and rendered useless, and now the ploy has been ripped away! Topbot is an absolute beast in this arena! There goes what was left of the weapon of Aftershock, but that wasn't enough for Topbot, coming in and tearing away the very bodywork of Aftershock, who have been rendered absolutely unrecognizable in this arena. There is no chance of them making a comeback. No! They've triggered the drop zone! Down comes a slipper, but Topbot's not finished yet, not by a long shot. Anthony wants to win this outright! And could that be at the expense of his own robot as Topbot was flung away there? Don't forget the power in that blade. It goes both ways. Yes, it causes damage to Aftershock, but can be channeled back into the body of Topbot like that. The speed, the power, the devastation as Topbot flips itself up, bounces off our arena floor, and I think that's it for Aftershock. They've given up, and wheels come off!
Oh, a wheel came off! God! That thing's lethal.
Lethal? Let me tell you this now, the Antweight Arena has never before seen the likes of the devastation that has just taken place here as a wheel rolls away from the Aftershock body. It is mangled, it is mashed, it is absolutely destroyed! Oh dear, does the punishment ever end as Aftershock caught out by the floor flipper? Oh! What a painful, bone-crunching landing, a metal-crunching landing, and it just doesn't get any better. There goes the disc. Aftershock has been annihilated. There's Paul taking it well, smiling, gallows humour, you know how it goes, but Topbot, clearly the winner of this battle.
Cease.
I mean, decisive win, man.
And so there you have it. Topbot absolutely annihilating Aftershock as our favourite Antweight Anarchy battle thus far. And if you enjoyed that fight and this video in general, be sure to subscribe to twopennymilk 8908 to see all of these fights, plus Series 2, which is coming as soon as the lockdown ends and we're allowed to make it again. In the meantime, folks, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of RoboNerd and stay safe. Farewell.